feeling. This place is jumping off hard as it can get. No, we won't ever stop dancing on the edge. We like it dangerous, we like to see you spit. Turn up another notch, you ain't seen nothing yet. Let me tell you something, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, let me tell you something. Right now, right now. Right now, right now. Right now, right now. Right now, right now. Got a real good feeling. Got a real good feeling. Like there is lightning deep in my bones. Got a real good feeling. I won't hit no ceiling. I'm going higher than I've ever known. Yeah, I got a real good feeling. I won't hit no ceiling. Like there is lightning deep in my bones. Got a real good feeling. I won't hit no ceiling. I'm going higher than I've ever known. Got a real good feeling. Right now, right now. 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 Oh, I got a real good feeling. Got a real good feeling. Like there is lightning deep in my bones. Yeah, I got a real good feeling. I won't hit no ceiling. I'm going higher than I've ever known. Yeah, I got a real good feeling. Got a real good feeling. Like there is lightning deep in my bones. Yeah, I got a real good feeling. I won't hit no ceiling. I'm going higher than I've ever known. I got a real good feeling.
Hey guys, what's going on? Jebb here, and in today's video we have some very important news, and we are going to be talking about how we think that Bitcoin might be primed and ready for a new Bitcoin breakout. A new move to the upside might be coming about here in the next couple of days, and we want to bring you guys up to speed on that. We have a ton of different articles, everything from talking about the Bitcoin Mining Council to PayPal and billionaires investing in Bitcoin and crypto. We have a lot to cover in today's live stream, and I think you're going to get a lot of great value out of it. Make sure to hit that like button before we get started. Subscribe to the channel, and if you're not getting updates whenever the stream comes out, make sure to hit that post notification bell so you'll be updated as soon as we go live. I am joined as always by my co-host and your president, Kinda Crypto Tim. How you doing, Tim?
What's up, everybody? I have a real good feeling today that tomorrow I will be holding this bad boy right here.
Is that so?
Yep, it's going to be mine for the first ever. Those of you who weren't on the stream yesterday, JD, amazing human being and a man of God, made us this trophy for the winner every single week to make our show just a little more spicy. And for whoever gets the 6 wins first, there is a prize inside that I cannot wait to open up because I think it's going to be.
We have no idea what it is.
You know?
But we will find out.
We'll find out.
We are also joined as always by our producer, your one and only Smangatan. How you doing, Smang?
Hello, hello, hello. I love you guys. I love you guys. Hello, hello, hello.
Well, there you go. Guys, going to be a good show today. Before we get started, I do want to mention that we now have a newsletter that is going to be going live every Friday, I think. I might be wrong on the date, but nevertheless, we do now have a newsletter. If you'd like to get signed up for that, it's totally free. The link is in the description box down below. I was taking a sneak peek at it yesterday, and it's looking really, really cool. You're not going to want to miss that. Check the link in the description box down below. Guys, we're going to start with a little bit of Bitcoin technical analysis today because we have a lot to talk about as Bitcoin is currently live breaking $40,000. So let's jump onto my chart, and then we'll get into some stories here. Guys, over the last couple of days, Bitcoin has been moving into an inverse head and shoulders pattern that we've been talking about here for the last couple of days. What we can see here is a left shoulder right here, a head right here, and I see a right shoulder forming right here. Now, this is also something that I would call a nested inverse head and shoulders pattern. This is when you have an inverse head and shoulders pattern inside of another inverse head and shoulders pattern. Now, you might be wondering, Jebb, why is this an inverse head and shoulders pattern, and why is this not just sideways trading? And I will grant you, It is possible that this is just sideways movement and the inverse head and shoulders pattern does not come to fruition. I, however, think it will for a few different reasons, and we're going to get into that. One of the first reasons is because we had a rising wedge right here. I'll go ahead and turn off these moving averages and make this a little clearer for you. We had this rising wedge right here that Bitcoin broke bearish out of, but we didn't pull back very far. In fact, we only pulled down to 37,000, and now we've rallied again, and we're testing $40,500, which is our upper mark of resistance right here. We have now 3 touches on this resistance level, 1, 2, and 3, and the fact of the matter is, if we're able to break this resistance, we should be moving into a new uptrend. We have now seen a higher low. We saw it right here. We have 3 higher lows, actually, and currently we have 2 higher highs. What we are now looking for is whether or not this rally right here is going to set a new higher high by rallying above $41,000. If that happens, then the gloves are off and we should be going into a big rally. And there are other reasons to believe that that's going to happen, but that is currently an if, not a when. This is not guaranteed, but this is the trajectory that Bitcoin is following and needs to continue following. A couple of other things I want to bring to your attention show up out here on the daily chart. Namely, we talked about over a week ago how the histogram is reversing on Bitcoin's MACD, and it now looks like we're going to have a bullish cross on the MACD chart just tomorrow. This is going to be a big deal for anyone looking to leverage trade or swing trade Bitcoin, because whenever you have a bullish MACD cross, almost inevitably you're going to have a large rally following on that market. Right now, guys, Bitcoin is still trying to calm the waters. It's still trying to get back into the swing of things after this massive correction. Things are starting to calm down. We're starting to see more market structure being built, and that's a very good thing. Let's go to full screen and see what chat's saying.
Yeah, people are talking about how that has really muscular shoulders. Yeah, Bitcoin didn't miss upper body day this week.
No, it really didn't.
On the chart. No, what I was going to say was actually fascinating. Again, this is, now I am kind of crypto Tim, used to be non-crypto Tim. I have not been in the space for several bull cycles, but I have been here for this bull cycle. And Jebb, tell me if you disagree with me. But I have noticed every single time, because we hit an inverse head and shoulder pattern quite frequently, what I have seen so far as of 2021 is consistently Bitcoin forms the inverse head and shoulder pattern and then moves sideways for a second before it completely finishes what it wants to do. Yep. I don't know if that's what it's been like in previous bull cycles, because again, I can't been there. But this bull cycle, this is a normal pattern for an inverse head and shoulder pattern. It forms the shoulder, forms the head, forms the shoulder, trades sideways for a second before it finally reaches its price it wants to get to. Mm-hmm. I've seen that over and over again. Also, Trevor pointed out, yes, I have my Hurley hat on, not XRP. But you know what? XRP made it over $1, so shout out to XRP. But my advice is don't buy it. So yeah.
Good deal. Guys, I'm going to do a little bit more technical analysis here, and we're going to jump into some streams. But really quickly, if you haven't already hit that like button, hit the like button. We're trying to grow the channel here, and we want to evangelize the good news of Bitcoin to as many people as we possibly can. And hitting that like button helps us to achieve that goal. Let's go ahead and jump back onto the chart here, because there's a few more things that I want to bring to your attention. Number one, we have seen now that we bottomed out here on the TD sequential. We had a 9 flash. We saw a reversal. I've mentioned this in a previous stream, but I want to bring it to your attention again in case you missed that. The TD sequential has now bottomed out. It has now caused a reversal on Bitcoin, and now we want to see if this reversal is able to maintain its upwards momentum. If not, we might continue into a downtrend, and this might just end up being a bear flag. But if so, we may be able to continue to the upside. One thing that I do want to bring to your attention was actually mentioned in chat a minute ago. There is an impending death cross on Bitcoin. Dun dun. You might be wondering, Jebb, is that a bad thing? Is that meaning that Bitcoin's going to go into a giant bear market? What gives? Well, first let's back up and define what a death cross is, because it sounds pretty scary. A death cross is what happens when you have a 50 simple moving average cross below a 200 simple moving average. They look like this. The last time we saw a death cross was right here. The 50 crossed below the 200, as you can see right here, and as you can tell, it was actually right around the bottom. Notice that that's pretty interesting. It was right around the bottom. Notice in this case, in 2018, it was right around the bottom. Back over here in 2016 and 17, it was right around the bottom. What gives? I thought the death cross was supposed to be the beginning of the bear market. A lot of times, it can be. For anyone who is familiar with death crosses and golden crosses and those crosses, their effects on the market, you may be in the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy, because we actually have videos over here on golden and death crosses where you can learn more about them. But a lot of times, yes, they will signal the beginning of a bear market. But number one, we have to remember, this has not occurred yet. And number two, we have seen death crosses happen in the middle of sideways price action that did not result in a major bear market. That's what we saw in 2019. So I want to bring that to your attention and dispel any FUD, because some people are going to say, oh my gosh, a death cross is coming. Is this the end of the bull market? Maybe, but not necessarily. It's It's just one of many data points we need to be looking at. Nevertheless, guys, I also want to look at volume because volume is looking very healthy right now. We're seeing the volume decline a little bit, but that makes sense because we're out of this giant corrective movement, but the volume is still pretty high. That signals that we are confidently hanging above $35,000. What we've just seen in effect, in my opinion, is we've seen a strong bottoming on Bitcoin around $30,000. I would be surprised, now I could be wrong on this, but I would be surprised if we ever went below $30,000 again, considering we just had the opportunity to do so and it did not happen. Instead, we've seen strong volume holding that market up. Another thing to keep in mind is that the RSI bottomed out at 24. It's now rallying. It's sitting at 40. These are all healthy indicators. So I want to hear what you think about this in chat, and then we're going to move on to some news stories, starting with some news around the Bitcoin Mining Council coming out of Consensus 2021. So let's see what chat's doing for a second.
The hot topic at the moment is the age of kind of crypto Tim. I did break a core value, guys, and I need to apologize. I'm not in my mid-50s. That was a lie. I am 27, used to be old man on the block, but now Greg is old man on the block. Greg, if you're watching, get some hair dye, you know.
Ouch.
Oof. No, just kidding. I was kidding, Greg. That was me. You don't need hair dye. You look like you're like 13. So
someone said Greg does sound like an old man name.
It kind of is, but you know, Greg can mean a lot of things.
We love Greg.
Yeah,
Greg's cool.
great.
Yeah, Greg's great.
cool.
Greg's great.
And Jebb's 15 and I'm 16.
Yeah.
It's true. Yeah.
No, I started the channel when I was 16. So
That's true. We did. I mean, I do have some questions because we did get a mysterious phone call from the IRS asking about a tax. Something about taxes because we paid a mine or something. So I'm wondering if someone lied about their age.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I forgot about that.
I'm actually 16. I'm sorry. I mean, no idea.
Well, guys, we're going to go ahead and move on here to some news coming out about the Bitcoin Mining Council that you guys have heard about. So let's go ahead and jump onto my chart here. The Bitcoin Mining Council, Saylor and Musk, what transpired in the meeting? A lot of people are being very concerned about this meeting that transpired with this Bitcoin Mining Council, saying that this is the beginning of centralization in cryptocurrency. I don't think that's the case, but this article actually gives us a little bit more information on this. Some more news has come out about this, and I'm sure you're interested, so let's continue. The jury is still out on whether or not the meeting between the two gazillionaires and the leading Bitcoin miners in North America was positive or nefarious. Quite frankly, I think it's almost certainly the first one. It was positive, but that's just my take. Part of the Bitcoin community interpreted it as a shrewd PR move and supported the Bitcoin Mining Council. The others smell centralization, are suspicious of closed-door meetings, and reject it. However, what do we really know about the meeting? Not much, so let's explore the case further. It all started with these dual tweets. Michael Saylor and Elon Musk talking about the Bitcoin miners. You've seen that by now. Of course, Bitcoinist was on the case and promptly expanded the information about the council. The meeting was between MicroStrategies, Saylor, Tesla's Musk, and executives from major Bitcoin miners in North America, including Argo Blockchain, BlockCap, Core Scientific, Galaxy Digital, and Hive Blockchain. The newly formed Bitcoin Mining Council is the next logical step in fostering a secretarial shift to renewable energy, says Peter Wall, chief executive of Argo Blockchain, in a written statement on Forbes. Now, here's the thing. There's been some more developments about this, so let's continue. Saylor and the Bitcoin Mining Council explain themselves. Sensing a potential PR disaster, members of the Bitcoin Mining Council took immediate action. Both Galaxy Digital's Amanda Fabiano and Argo Walls took to Twitter to make their case that the council's main objective is energy transparency. They say here, well said, Amanda, to this tweet. Bitcoin's energy consumption is transparent, making it an easy target for criticism. But what criticisms don't see is the breakdown of energy sources. Bitcoin is more carbon-free than most industries, but we need better data. There has been a ton coming out about this, guys. Here's a little bit more information. The show First Move with Julian Chatterley, transmitted by CNN, interviewed the CEO of Marathon Digital Holdings, Fred Thiel, was present on the call with Musk and Saylor, and said his purpose was this: to help Elon understand really how power is used by the Bitcoin mining industry and the Bitcoin mining industry's commitment to using carbon neutral power. Then, of course, he towed the transparency party line. One of the reasons for the formation of this group is to be transparent about energy usage, to educate the marketplace. That word educate is going to come up a little bit later in this stream. That's a very important one. About how Bitcoin mining is really an energy consumer of last resort, how we use a lot of electricity that otherwise would be wasted. Bitcoin miners don't consume huge amounts of harmful energy energy for the environment. A lot of it is carbon neutral. As we continue to move forward towards carbon neutrality, we will be an enabler for the industry that provides renewable energies to try new technologies. So let's go ahead here back to full screen and let's discuss this. We have talked about this at length, so I don't want to go too far on this because I know you guys are probably tired of hearing about the Bitcoin Mining Council. Here's what's important here. More news is broke, more people are talking, and they're coming out and saying, guys, don't be worried about this. We're not trying to be centralized. In fact, it might not have even been the best move for us to call ourselves a council is another thing that's been come out and said, maybe we should have just called it a meeting. Maybe we should have just called it a gathering. There has been some PR nightmare going on with this, albeit. So far, guys, I want to assuage any fears that are going on about this. I don't smell centralization here, in my opinion. What I do smell are some people in the mining industry trying to come together and show the world Bitcoin mining is not the big threat to the environment that people think it is. And for all of us holding Bitcoin that want people to adopt Bitcoin, I think that's a very good thing.
Yeah, you never can complain about transparency. Like, I saw someone say, it's like, oh, yeah, it's behind closed doors. Like, well, I mean, the meeting was behind closed doors, but the contents of the meeting were for everyone to see, and that was the whole thing, is that they want to push transparency, and that's not something you're going to find completely with centralized banking systems and centralized governments and centralized education systems. You're not going to see full transparency. So I mean, I'm sure more and more will happen in the story, and like Jebb kind of said, you know, maybe you guys are tired of it. There's kind of a little bit like, hey, let's just kind of put this to rest. Let's not worry about it anymore, because really, in all reality, I just do not think this was a move towards centralization at all. It was also made by two people who have made public their disdain for centralization. So I think that argument and that fear, while maybe it had some roots in the beginning, is completely over. I don't think that's what is happening at all. I think that we are in for a lot of upside to Bitcoin, and I think this news about what this council is doing, if that's what we're going to call them, is actually going to do nothing but help the price of Bitcoin, not harm it.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. Here's one more thing that we want to go ahead and move into. This is an article over on Cointelegraph, and it bridges very nicely into what we are trying to do here as a company and as a YouTube channel, so let's go ahead and read this. Lack of knowledge is the main barrier to cryptocurrency adoption, says a new survey. 55% of survey respondents said that they are aware of crypto despite never owning or using cryptocurrencies. Among the main complications associated with cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, a lack of knowledge and understanding of crypto is the biggest, not a big, but the biggest obstacle for wider adoption, according to a new survey. The Economist Intelligence Unit, the research and analysis division of the Economist Group, released a new report called Digimentality 2021. The study was commissioned by major payment and cryptocurrency platform Crypto.com and contains a consumer survey of 3,053 people conducted from February to March of 2021. According to survey results, 51% of respondents said a lack of knowledge is the main barrier to the adoption of open source cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum, while 34% of survey participants cited security concerns as a main obstacle, and 29% indicated difficulties in knowing where to buy cryptocurrency, which, quite frankly, there are three things there, and both of them funnel back into the first one. 51% of respondents saying it's a lack of knowledge. 34% say it's a lack of security, security concern. Bitcoin is the most secure network on the planet. So whenever you educate someone on how to use that network properly, you don't have to worry about security. Bitcoin is literally the most secure thing on planet Earth. So that is a lack of education in that case. So that's somewhere that we as capitalists, especially us here at this company, can come in and help to assuage those fears. That's why I love what the crypto community is doing here on YouTube. And the other one here is 29% indicating that they don't know where to buy crypto. That is obviously just a lack of information, and that's something that we can help people with by going out and telling people, hey, Johnny, hey, Bobby, hey, Fred, go to cryptojebb.com or CryptoJebb, the YouTube channel, and subscribe, or go to BitBoy Crypto, or go to Coinbase, or go to CoinMarketCap, or wherever. But it's our job here in cryptocurrency to educate people and spread the good news of Bitcoin, as I've said. In terms of crypto acceptance by institutional investors and corporate treasuries, 47% of respondents said the overall market trust or understanding of digital currencies was the biggest adoption obstacle. So we're seeing the same thing here by institutions, which is good because that is an easy problem to solve. It's not simple. It's not easy, but it is simple. We just need to educate these people. We know what the problem is, so now we can start working to assuage and resolve that problem. Some 32% of survey takers cited cryptocurrency regulation as a primary obstacle to wider institutional acceptance, while 43% and 36% said financial market structures and asset volatility were the foremost obstacle, respectively. Let me touch on that first point. Some 32% 50% of survey takers citing cryptocurrency regulation. I don't know because I was not on the team of people that did this survey, but I am assuming that what these institutions are saying is that they don't have regulatory framework. This is a very important part of cryptocurrency mass adoption is regulatory framework so that companies that are going to operate in crypto know how they're going to be regulated so they don't get some kind of surprise coming out of the IRS or the SEC or the CFTC. Lack of regulatory clarity is a massive barrier to any industry's adoption. So I think this is what they're touching on, and luckily we are moving in that direction of at least knowing how this space is going to be regulated. You can see all of these statistics right here on screen. But let's go ahead and go back to full screen. Let's talk about this because this is really important, guys. And if you don't know what we're all about here at the Crypto Jebb YouTube channel, and at the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy, our academy, and everything that we do, what we are about is about giving you back control of your destiny by helping you take it back from those who stole it from you. What that means is that you have been held down your entire life because you've been told that your success is dependent on someone else. You've been told that your success is dependent on your teacher, or your parents, or your life circumstances, or a YouTuber, or family, or a terrible education system, or a bad financial institution. That is factually incorrect. The only thing holding you back is you and your ability to make the most of the opportunities in front of you. And that is why we take education so seriously here at this channel. That's why we strive to educate you guys every single day, because education is the gate and the key to individual freedom. And that's what we desire for you. That is what we're all about here, guys. And the thing I love about this article is that it's pointing out one of the major barriers to mass adoption of cryptocurrency being education. Well, guess what? That's exactly what we are trying to do here. If that's something that you want to be a part of, hit the like button to help support this video, smash that subscribe button to help support the channel, and hit the post notification bell to help support you so that you'll be notified every single time these streams go live. Guys, we take our mission very, very seriously here, and we try and come before you with integrity every single day and tell you not only what you want to know, but also what you need to know so that you can be prepared to go about and make wise financial decisions in this space. Let's see what chat's saying about this article, Tim.
No, I think there's a lot of people completely agreeing with you. Some people saying, oh, Jebb talks fast. Yeah, Jebb talks fast. He could easily have chosen a career in becoming a rapper. He could have gone and done some auctioneering. But you know what?
Never heard that one before.
He loved you guys, and so he chose crypto instead.
I did.
If you want, though, you can watch back and slow it down a little bit. I think that helps. There's a nice option right there in the, I think, bottom right corner usually.
Indeed,
right?
Yes.
But as far as that is going, ultimately, I don't even think the reason we threw this article in here, it's not like this article is groundbreaking. It's not like any of you guys are like, oh my gosh, I never knew that half the world doesn't even understand what crypto is. This is just further confirmation of what we have been talking about on this channel, what you guys already know. I think every single person right now, you're sitting here watching this video thinking about probably a family member or a very, very close friend who has probably told you that you are absolutely crazy for putting your money into crypto, who is telling you you're making the biggest mistake of your life. I know I have a couple people in my life who have told me that. And ultimately, that is the reason why crypto is not as mainstream as it is. As you and I know, and everyone here knows, what was Bitcoin originally created for? To fight inflation. Well, why the freak then, as the dollar's getting inflated, is the price of Bitcoin going down? That is clearly just a lack of education on what the purpose of it is, and people treat it like a risky asset, like a stock or something.
Yep.
And it's like, oh my gosh, that's so far from what Bitcoin actually is and what it was created for. So this all goes to show even more so why we need to continue to just foster an environment of constantly learning and educating ourselves. If we know nothing else, after everything we've gone through as a country in the last year or two about the lack of education, how it disrupts and breaks people apart, crypto's no different. Like, if we believe in the future of crypto, you shouldn't just be sitting here saying, how much can I get into my pocket? You should also be asking, how can I be a part of the solution to help educate people on how this will actually be beneficial for all humankind moving forward?
Absolutely, guys. It's really important, and I don't want you guys to forget it. That's what we're all about here at the channel. Let's go ahead and talk about one more article here. There's a lot that we want to unpack. There's a lot of interesting news going on right now. This is something that maybe is going to turn into another Elon Musk. Hopefully not, but we're going to look at this. Billionaire Carl Icahn says he may drop up to $1.5 billion into cryptocurrency. Remember, that's how much Tesla, the publicly traded company, put into Bitcoin was $1.5 billion. Billionaire Carl Icahn may invest up to $1.5 billion into crypto. Nothing that much of the cryptocurrency issued today will not survive, he said, noting that much of the cryptocurrency issued today will not survive. Former crypto skeptic, notice that there are a lot of crypto skeptics that are now in cryptocurrency. This is just another one of them. Carl Icahn, the founder of Icahn Enterprises, told Bloomberg he's set to enter the crypto market in a big way, teasing an investment of around $1.5 billion stacks. Icahn is an investor and a former advisor to the Trump administration who has a net worth of $15.6 billion, according to Forbes. So he's talking about putting 10% of his billionaire net worth into cryptocurrency. In 2018, Icahn told CNBC that crypto is ridiculous and added, maybe I'm too old for them, but I wouldn't touch that stuff. But speaking on Wednesday, Icahn explained how he is now considering a large investment and that entering the market in such a manner would not be to buy a few coins or something. I mean, a big way for us would be $1 billion, $1.5 billion. I'm not going to say exactly. Icahn joins a growing list of fellow billionaires who have changed their tune over crypto in the past 12 months. There have been many of them. Most of the people in crypto now that are big names that you know of originally thought it was a joke. So did people say about the internet. Not gonna go there. We've said that enough. Anyway, when asked about whether his when and what cryptocurrency he has his eyes on, the billionaire kept his cards close to his chest and emphasized that much of the cryptocurrency issued today will not survive. I totally agree with him. 95% of cryptocurrencies in existence are garbage and will not be around in 10 years. There are some exceptions. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, some of the other big cryptocurrencies are obviously some of those. But we believe cryptocurrency in one form or another might be here to stay. To be clear, we have never bought any cryptocurrency, but we are studying it. Icahn believes that cryptocurrencies that don't at least serve as a store of value will be flushed out of the market, as there's got to be some form of safety of value there to survive. Icahn Enterprise is a $14.5 billion American conglomerate with investments in CVR, Pep Boys, and Trump Entertainment Resorts. Let's go to full screen and discuss this. This is a big deal. The reason this is a big deal is because every single time we see a billionaire step into cryptocurrency, for better or for worse, it normally pumps the price. Now, we've said here on this channel many times, I don't think that's a good thing. The reason I don't think that's a good thing is because we keep dictating the price of Bitcoin and dictating our trades and our investments off of some dude buying Bitcoin. Whether he's buying $1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin, or he's buying a Coca-Cola, or if he's buying a car, I don't care what he's buying. I only care that he's buying Bitcoin because everyone else cares that he's buying Bitcoin. We have got to stop putting celebrity status on billionaires buying Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. It is not good for the space because inevitably when one of them does the human thing and changes their mind like Elon Musk did, it can cause the price to crash. And whether or not these billionaires are intending to do it, they're essentially being tricked into market manipulation, not by any act of their own, but by us because we keep putting so much emphasis on it. So I'm considering not even talking about these stories anymore here on the channel, but I did want to bring this to your attention because this might have a big impact on the market, and as much as I wish it wouldn't, it's my responsibility to keep you guys up to date on that.
It is hard, and this is the wrestling point, is that, you know, to feel confident to get into a project, you want to see that wise people do it. So that's why these stories are significant. When people who really understand what they're doing with their money are making these moves, it gives those of us who have not had as much experience in life to know all the right answers, it gives us a lot of confidence. And don't get me wrong, I know there's a lot of you on here, you've done your research, you know what you're talking about, and you're like, hey, I don't need some billionaire to make a purchase to confirm to me. But the real thing is, we got 2,000 people watching right now. Of those 2,000 people, I would still say a majority of them are probably only in the crypto space because they've seen other people doing it. So this is really what it is. When we hear news like Elon gets in, when we hear things like Icahn gets in, when we hear things like Michael Saylor is doing all this crazy stuff, it really is nice to know, hey, I'm not actually crazy because these men who actually have been known to make wise financial decisions are also on the same boat.
Yeah.
It is reassuring, but at the same time, to kind of echo what Jebb was saying, it's so stupid that we rejoice. I think someone said this the other day actually in a comment. They're like, it's so dumb that we like rejoiced like Elon was our savior when he bought, but then we cursed him and kicked him out when he gave a little backlash.
Yep.
At the end of the day, and that's one of Jebb's sayings. So you guys
At the end of the day.
It doesn't matter. Great, good, Elon bought. It doesn't matter what Elon does compared to what I do. I am responsible for Tim Warren's decisions. Jebb is responsible for Jebb McAfee's decision. Smay is responsible for Christian. His real name is Christian Maynard. That's where Smay came from.
Doxed.
He's responsible for those decisions,
no.
right? And I got to make those whether or not Elon decides it's good or not. I got to do my own research and find that out for myself. But I do think this article is interesting. I do think it's good. I do think it's further confirmation to those who are kind of on the boat of saying 1 foot in, 1 foot out to say, no, I am in the right boat. I should stick with Bitcoin. I should stick with crypto. It is an inevitable futuristic currency to our world.
Yep.
I'm in the right spot.
Yeah, and you make a good point, Tim. That's something that we don't want to forget is that when these big names get into cryptocurrency, it does instill confidence in the newer people in crypto. But you have probably been in the crypto space for at least a week if you're watching this channel, probably a lot longer. Tell us in chat how long you've been here. What I want to encourage you guys to do is continue taking steps in the direction of being able to think for yourself.
Yes.
One of the things that we say on the channel here all the time is that we don't want to teach you what to think. We want to teach you how to think. Essentially what we're doing when we're putting all of the weight of our investments on the shoulders of a billionaire is we're saying, I'm not going to worry about doing thinking for my own. I'm going to put that on them, and I'm going to let someone else do my own thinking for me. I think my dad's watching right now. As my father used to always say, don't let anyone else do your thinking for you. And I took that to heart. And because of that, some people have called me opinionated. But what that means is that I'm able to interpret logically and emotionally and look at things and think for myself, and it gives me freedom, and I'm not enslaved to someone else who has influence over me. It is the core of what makes us human, and we shouldn't give that up. So guys, that's one of the big things about this channel. If you're interested in learning more about that, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button.
Yeah, but just to wrap that point into a bow, there are a lot of people, and again, maybe there's some of you guys watching, but maybe it's not even the people watching. Maybe it's you have that friend or that family member who is sitting here saying, I don't know. Like I had a friend the other day call me and literally say, hey, Tim, did I miss the boat? Should I have waited? Like I missed the 30,000. Did I miss my shot? And the answer is no. The answer, especially when you're looking long term. When you're looking the future, if you're thinking I can hold for a long time, you for sure did not miss your shot. But even short term, no, you did not miss your shot to jump in. And articles like this, people like Icahn getting involved, is further confirmation the boat has not left yet. It's time to still get on. And I don't even think it's like if you miss the next couple of days, you're still blowing your shot. I think we are still in a very wide range of acceptable places to get into Bitcoin and have profit long term.
Absolutely, guys. With that said, let's go ahead and move on to one more article, and then we have some other points we want to make here. Let's go ahead and talk about this. PayPal is finally going to let customers withdraw cryptocurrency. As you guys know, PayPal stepped into the cryptocurrency space not that long ago, and when they did that, there was outcry because you could buy Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, and you could accept Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, but you couldn't withdraw Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Well, that has now changed. We want them to be able to take the cryptocurrency they acquire with us and take it to the destination of their choice, says Jose Fernandez de Ponte. PayPal will soon allow users to finally withdraw Bitcoin. They announced this as a consensus this year. Global payments giant PayPal plans to let users withdraw cryptocurrency to third-party wallets, its blockchain lead says. Speaking Wednesday at CoinDesk's Consensus 2021 conference, Jose Fernandez de Ponte says moderator Jeff John Roberts told moderator Jeff John Roberts that a withdrawal function is in the works. At present, PayPal does not let users move cryptocurrency holdings off platform, though it has let customers buy Bitcoin and other cryptocurrency since October of last year. We want to make it as open as possible, and we want to give choice to our consumers. It's something that will let them pay in a way that they want to pay. That's a sentence right there, says De Ponte. They want to bring their cryptocurrency to us so they can use it in commerce, and we want them to be able to take the crypto they acquired with us and take it to the destination of their choice. The company ships new developments every 2 months on average, he said, though it's unclear when the withdrawal functionality is coming. This is a big deal, and I'm going to leave this article here for right now, but the reason this is such a big deal is because PayPal is one of the largest merchants, one of the largest vendors in the world that now accepts Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. We've been talking for a long time about how important it is to build infrastructure and institutional infrastructure around Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies to help accelerate its mass adoption. Debit cards and Visa and credit cards don't work without intermediaries, and I'm not saying that Bitcoin needs an intermediary. It can operate completely fine on just the internet alone, but having services like PayPal help to support that mass adoption is obviously going to push Bitcoin in the right direction, and this is a great example of adoption helping Bitcoin. Guys, one of the big takeaways I want to give you here doesn't even so much have to do with this article. It has to do with long-term fundamentals. We talked about how Bitcoin looks like it's set a solid foundation around $30,000 to $35,000. At a time, Bitcoin's solid foundation was sitting at $3,000 or $300. I remember both of those cases. Bitcoin has now set a much higher foundation. Why? Well, I'll tell you why. The reason is because as time has gone on and as more people have learned about cryptocurrency, there have been higher and higher intrinsic valuations for Bitcoin because of its stock to flow ratio, because of its adoption, because of stories like this, because of regulatory clarity. All of those things bring value to Bitcoin as Bitcoin, like a company, grows in its ability to solve the problem that it was designed to solve. Because Bitcoin is able to do that, it becomes more valuable and everyone holding it reaps the rewards. So institutions accepting Bitcoin and starting to operate with it the right way by letting you not only purchase it there, but also withdraw it is big news for anyone holding Bitcoin for the long run. Let's see what chat's saying about that.
Yeah, a lot of different things. I don't know if they were talking specifically about that, but I do think we should take some time and read some super chats. So we do have a decent amount of
before we
those
did that, there was another thing that happened at Consensus, wasn't there?
Well, it hasn't happened yet.
Or it hasn't happened yet.
It has not.
Okay, it's going to though. Want to tell us about that, Tim?
Tonight, for those of you who did not know, Tom Brady has recently turned bullish on Bitcoin with his laser eyes on Twitter, and to confirm, because it was kind of up in the air. We weren't really sure what he was really doing there. He is going to be on a one-on-one panel tonight at Consensus to wrap out the entire conference. So we'll probably discuss that a little bit tomorrow if there's anything of consequence to say. I don't know what Tom Brady really knows about Bitcoin. Maybe more than me, maybe less. All I know is he hasn't scored 9 touchdowns in one game.
Oh my gosh.
So what really can he do?
This is something that I want to mention. JJTV just said this in chat, and I saw this morning, and we didn't mention it. Apple is looking for a crypto manager for Apple Pay.
That's one of the
Do you have something about that? Yeah.
Well,
I would have loved if that was in the planning document.
Oh, you're unmuted that whole time.
Well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Oh, okay, true. No, the reason it didn't go in the planning document is because there wasn't any concrete information as to what happens. But that was something we looked at this morning, and someone was asked about that. Let's go to Super Chat, because I think that was actually, it was one of the first ones.
Someone said you're 27. That's funny. I was too 23 years ago.
That's, yeah.
Yeah. That's funny.
That's how age works.
Matt, oh my God. Goodness. Matt C. said, I read something about a $50,000 option set to expire tomorrow and the max paying price. What does that mean for Bitcoin? Do you want to answer that real quickly?
So a $50,000 option expiring, frankly, if it's only $50,000, that doesn't mean a whole lot. $50,000, did I say $50,000 or 50,000 Bitcoin?
50,000. It's on Bitcoin, but it's a $50,000 option.
Yeah. What? He's talking about a $50,000 price option. Okay.
Yes.
So I don't know how much volume is there. That very well may be a bearish thing. Do keep your eyes out for that. If that option expires, well, it's going to expire, but if it expires at $50,000 and there's a lot of volume locked up in that, can you take a note on that, Tim? I want to see how much volume's in that. Yeah. That can be bearish, because that means that a lot of people are going to get knocked out of their trades and they're going to lose money, and it could cause some FUD. We're probably going to see the same thing happen on Ethereum here in the next couple of months, because there's some $8,000 options going on Ethereum by June 25th. So we're going to be watching that. That's something that we want to start keeping you guys more up to date on, as options expiries, because that is definitely going to be interesting. One point I want to make on that is that tomorrow, when those option contracts expire, is also the same day that we're having a bullish MACD cross on Bitcoin. So we'll see which one comes out on top. It's a good question. We'll keep you guys updated.
Yeah, make sure while I'm doing this, if I miss any super chats that come in while I'm reading,
we got one by Corey, and then we got one by Crypto Conscious.
Yeah, I got them in here. Let's go. Okay. The next one was the one I think about Apple. So it literally was just thoughts about Apple hiring a crypto expert. So that's literally why this was not in the plan document, because ultimately that's all the article communicated was that there has been a post that Apple has put out there to look to hire someone with crypto expertise.
Yep.
What are they going to do with it? Are they going to create their own coin? Do they want to get into investing it? Do they want to, I know Smay has thoughts.
Yeah, I was going to say that opens up a huge can of worms of a lot of interesting questions to dive into of what could they possibly be planning, and what, based on those avenues, what could that even mean? Is it even a big deal that Apple is trying to get into crypto? Like, I think there's a lot to be said there.
No, I've been saying for over a year now that the day that Amazon, Apple, Google, some of these trillion-dollar companies start getting into Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, it's game over, guys. If Apple starts letting you, okay, I'm gonna have to nerd out here for a second.
Yes.
I am not an Apple user, but I am very much in alignment with the way that Apple operates. Apple is very much about the individual. Apple is very much about challenging the status quo. If you think about the reason that they do their business and where they came from, I'm very similar to Apple, and I'm very ideologically aligned with Apple in certain ways. And by the way, so is Bitcoin. so is Bitcoin about the individual and about individual freedom and about challenging the status quo. Apple, Bitcoin, Tesla, these companies are very similar in their underlying philosophies. And for that reason, I think it would make a lot of sense for Apple to become one of the juggernauts accepting Bitcoin in the future. I think this could be a giant deal. Now, of course, we don't have anything confirmed on this yet, but it is something to keep your eye on.
Can I say this real
Sure.
just dream with me, people. Think about this.
Oh my God.
You literally, dang it, Jebb. So you literally, like what people are commenting right here say, like Apple Pay. Apple Pay is a huge part of a lot of our economical ecosystem now, and like you implement Bitcoin into that. I mean, one of the biggest hurdles that Bitcoin needs to get over right now, or crypto in general, is its ease of use. And Apple is absolutely experts of building a good user experience. Right, so it's one of those things that's like if they can leverage that in an Apple Pay ecosystem, it could be game over.
Yeah, seriously,
it could be game
that's
over.
game over.
So what I want to chime in to kind of wrap out this thought though, this is recently promoted to kind of Crypto Tim, formerly being non-Crypto Tim, and if I have learned anything in my education underneath Jebb, is, especially in the last couple of days, don't just jump on the first bits of a story.
Yep.
We were burned by did Facebook just buy Bitcoin?
Yep.
Literally 2 days ago, we're sitting there, oh no, Elon and Saylor are having a private meeting to discuss Bitcoin mining. Are they trying to centralize Bitcoin? Wait until the information comes out. Just because Apple is looking to hire someone with crypto experience and we could see reasonable measures, like there was a reason to believe Facebook might have bought Bitcoin. There's a reason to believe that maybe Elon and Saylor were doing something that would move Bitcoin in centralization. But until we actually get the details and until we get the facts, we don't want to make the mistake of making either assumptions that make people FOMO into it or making mistakes that make people have FUD and get out of it.
Yep. Yeah.
So let's
Absolutely.
keep posted. We will be on top of that Apple story because it is massive. But that's why it wasn't in the planning documents, Dave, because there's nothing concrete and we don't actually know anything yet.
It's still worth mentioning, in my opinion. But I mean, really, it is one of those things. It's like, this is entirely speculation, but it really is kind of like you can smell it on the wind. You know what I mean?
You can smell it on the wind. On the wings of the Nesta.
Yeah. All right, let's get back to super chats. We actually have a good amount. And like I said, again, make sure I don't miss any. The Philosopher. I like the spelling.
That's a great name.
The Philosopher. Oh, nice.
Oh, come on.
On stream. I'm professional.
Hey, finger.
Sorry.
For the lack of knowledge, my people shall perish. Yes. I didn't read it. I was so focused on the name. That is very true, Phil. Great quote. I believe that's a Bible verse.
It is.
Is that in Proverbs? Where is that?
I don't remember.
Anyway, Douche Bigelow. I really want to think that there's a different pronunciation to that name, but I'm
not.
Pretty sure that's it.
That's probably it.
Should I stake my ADA in Voyager or Moose Knuckle? Oh, okay. Never
Pass.
even heard of
Nice.
that. All right. Next. Akshay is donates a lot, so thank you so much, Akshay, for being a supporter of the channel. Your question is, greetings from India. Other than BlockFi, the 3 best, safest, and high-return staking platforms for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and ADA for long-term, ? Thoughts on staking NRGY? Is that energy, but it's just the tag? And then thanks.
Yeah, so I'm not a staker. It's hard for me to give you a good answer on that one, to be honest with you.
Yeah. It's a good question, though.
Yeah.
I know what I can do, though, is I can make a note and try to get an answer.
Good.
If you email our support team, one of our researchers, Dasa, is actually really getting his head around staking, and he wants to get involved with that.
Yep.
So I can't promise he has an answer to that question, but he might. If anyone on our team that would have an answer to that, it would be Dasa.
Yep.
Igor Brust said, has Elon Musk lost his mind? Newsday.club.
Nice.
I don't know.
Maybe.
Was that a self-promotion for his website or something?
Maybe. Well, he paid us, so,
Well, he paid us.
We were brought to you by news. I deleted this. I don't even remember that.
We're brought to you by that site.
All right. Corey says, seems like Ethereum has a lot of bullish news as of late. Sort of. I mean, looking at the news articles, there's a lot of people making speculations they like Ethereum better than Bitcoin. I know our researcher Dasa, and Jebb, you can chime in on this if you want. I know our researcher Dasa has been reading some things that he is finding a little interesting. So first of all, we all know that we're about to see the release of EIP 1559. It's been long waited. There's a lot of polarization over that thing. We actually probably will have a whole video about that again because there's actually some interesting details about that may not be as bullish for Ethereum as we previously believed. But Jebb, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, so what were the different parts of that question again?
It just seems like it's just Ethereum. It looks like it had a lot of bullish news recently.
Yeah, I mean, look, Ethereum really needs to have its transition to staking being done. When that happens, then I'll start talking about some bullish news on it. I like Ethereum. I'm invested in Ethereum. Yeah. I really want to see Ethereum actually get on with Ethereum 2.0 and EIP 1559 and everything. Until that day, I'm just like, okay, I'm going to wait. Hopefully it's coming, but there's not a lot to go on right now.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. All right. Only a couple more, actually. Yeah. We got through a good amount of them. Crypto Conscious says most people do not understand what Bitcoin was intended to do. Read the Bitcoin Standard. Yes.
Heck yeah, do that.
I am in complete agreement on that. Everyone, please read that book. We've talked about it many times.
Yep.
Don't even need to give that a whole spiel.
Do it.
Kale says, thoughts on the Pi Network mobile mining. We've had a lot of people ask about the Pi Network. Mm-hmm. It's just, I mean, do you have any thoughts? I don't. Nope. I know I have zero. Nay, do you have any thoughts on the Pi Network?
I bet it smells good.
I bet it does. It probably does smell pretty good.
Yeah. Sorry, Kale. Thank you for the donation, though. Anton Bergen said, if timeline is relatively short, what do you think are good entry points for Ethereum? Hard to confidently re-enter after this dip.
If the timeline is relatively short, I think right now is a half-decent time to be entering Ethereum. With a conservative stop loss, reason being is that it has a MACD cross coming up pretty soon, but whether or not Ethereum is able to rally from that is going to dictate whether or not you're going to actually make money. If the MACD cross doesn't lead to a big Ethereum rally, then you might want to get out of that. We're still in a relatively uncertain period, and technically speaking, we are still in a medium-term downtrend, so be careful about betting against the trend, because remember, the trend is your friend until it ends. It's kind of hard for me to recommend a long position right now. You can make money off of it. It is risky, though.
Yeah. David Breeze says, is there a potential, that's a good question, is there a potential death cross on Bitcoin TA?
Yeah, so I mentioned that earlier in today's stream, actually, and I'm probably going to do an entire video on that tomorrow. Mm-hmm. So we're going to talk about that Bitcoin death cross and how it's incoming. Right now, there's no confirmation that's going to happen, and it doesn't confirm a bear market either. Death crosses a lot of times happen before bear markets, but sometimes they happen in the middle of a long-term period of accumulation. So yes, one might be coming, but it doesn't necessarily mean that we're going into a long-term downtrend, a long-term bear market. But yeah, we'll talk about that more in tomorrow's live stream, or excuse me, in tomorrow's video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel for that.
Sweet. All right. Here's one for Smay. Smay, this from Corey. He said the Celtics are down 0-2. You doing okay, buddy?
No. He said no.
I'm sorry.
That's sad.
I'm sorry.
Dang.
It's hard to fight against the team from oh gosh, what's the Michael Jordan movie? Oh, it's coming out with LeBron James.
The Monstars.
Yeah, they're playing the Monstars.
It really is, dude.
Gosh.
How do you get James Harden, Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, Blake Griffin? Dude, it's so stupid. It's so stupid.
But as Blake Griffin even pointed out, a lot of people up until he signed with the Nets were saying he was washed out and done and sucked.
I didn't.
So is that really that big of an addition?
I saw the potential in him. He was just on a bad team.
Oh my gosh! All right, I think we have
the leg cast one game. And
one more super chat. At least what I have so far. JD Park.
Dang it,
oh yes, JD Park. Oh
yeah,
man,
I saw that.
Grab the trophy by the wrist. I'm gonna do this on camera.
So it is.
I'm gonna grab the trophy by the wrist, held by 1/4 toggle Bolton glue. As Moses asked questions to the burning bush, we ask questions to the burning truck. Yes, that is awesome. Those of you know, we need to make a video so you guys know this is our trophy.
It's our trophy.
I'm gonna be holding this tomorrow at 9:30. I guess I don't really hold it right at 9:30. Whatever, 9:35. Whenever we announce that I win,
Heck
that's when I'll be holding it.
I have a regular chat that I want to read real quick.
Go for it.
Okay.
This one's a good one. I gotta scroll up to find it. It's from Christ in Crypto. He says, Tim, why are you so low-key mean to Smay?
Dang.
You wanna answer that?
All right,
Dang.
Why is Smay so low-key mean to Tim? I walk out to my car yesterday.
Oh, no. Rewind this, Jebb.
Hold up,
rewind this.
Rewind.
You
Sorry,
can rewind, but I can rewind.
I get back from lunch.
What were you doing to me before lunch, Smay?
Okay, guys. So before lunch, I was taking little clips, and he was talking, having like a serious conversation, and I took little clothesline pins and started clipping them to the back of his shirt while he didn't notice. Okay, it wasn't that big of a deal. Then I go to lunch, come back, he's covered my desk in trash.
It was not trash.
It was not
It's
trash.
trash.
It was all of your
trash.
stuff. It was on the floor.
No,
Helping you
it's
clean
stuff
up.
that got thrown away. Then, so
It's
I
not trash.
You literally had a bag of garbage
Hey,
sitting
stop,
next
stop,
to
stop.
your chair.
I take all that trash and I put it on his car. And then he opens and says, "Why is
Oh,
Smay
my-
so mean to me? He put stuff on my car." Oh, okay.
Oh my gosh. That's
So we're
hilarious.
just gonna we're just gonna blow past like the months of bullying
Months of
because
bullying.
I'm not a computer whiz. Just because I played sports growing up instead of playing on computers.
You're a nerd, Tim.
That wasn't
You're
me.
a
That was
nerd, Tim.
Jebb.
Yeah, we have a couple super chats I want to answer.
Let's
though.
do it.
Get back to the serious stuff because that's what you guys are here for. $50,000. This is from Kenneth, by the way. $50,000 is the max paying price on tomorrow's options. Hit that like button.
Smash the likes, guys. That is definitely going to be painful for those people in those options contracts. That's pretty rough.
Marcus McD. I don't know if that's short for McDonald's or it's just something else. But Marcus McD said, "Good morning from Montana. We'll be holding 1,000 Cardano coins, allowing me to retire early?" Question mark. Oh, sorry. Will holding that much, allowing me to retire early. 37 and had 4 surgeries. Beat up from the military. Willing to hodl 10 years. What do you think, Jebb?
I think it's going to take a lot more than 1,000 ADA,
Yeah.
but you're on the right track. Hodl it for the long term. You're going to need more than that. ADA is probably not going to 1,000x and make you a millionaire. But
What is your long-term prediction for Cardano?
I could see Cardano going like 20, 25, maybe even $50 in the future. I'm talking really distant future, though. At the end of the day, you really Cardano is not a 2-cent project anymore. It is a bigger project, so you're going to need a larger investment to make a larger return. If you had 100,000 Cardano, then that might do it, yeah. Oh, we missed a super chat. Let me
Where?
scroll back up.
I thought I was doing good.
I see him saying it. Here we go. Debanjan Dutt donated 100. I'm not sure what currency that is. Is that rupees? I'm not sure. Tomorrow's Arbitrum is launching. How do you think it's going to affect Matic? I'm not a follower of Matic. Unfortunately, I'm not familiar with that. But we can go ahead and take a note of that, and we will get some information on it. If you are interested in that question still, then make sure to shoot us an email at support@cryptojebb.com. We're going to be taking down all these questions that we don't know the answer to, finding the answer to them, and then learning and educating ourselves because we take that education part very seriously. So, guys, that is pretty much going to wrap it out for the stream here. Before we go, though, I do just want to encourage you to listen to Tim while he goes over
Jeff's about to break
price
one
predictions.
Of one of our best practices.
I was about to do it, yeah.
Before we wrap up the stream, we got to update you guys on what is happening.
Oh,
with the
wow. That was almost a
price.
goober moment.
Yeah, that was a save. That was a save.
That was a save, yeah.
So just so you guys know, tomorrow is the decider for this spectacular trophy that JD made for us.
Indeed.
Just to update you guys, in case you didn't know, what our votes are currently. Tim says that Bitcoin is being sitting at 42,000, Ethereum at 2,800, and Cardano at 180. The truth is I might be a little low, but we will see. Smay says 30,000 for Bitcoin, 1,900 for Ethereum, and $1 for Cardano. So if you guys are wondering why Tim's mean to Smay, it just might be on his predictions. Not very good this week.
Dang.
Jebb said 40,000, although he didn't give it a lot of confidence, so I think he wants to change his thought there.
I did not do that.
You definitely
I didn't change my thought.
You said you didn't like your
I
thought.
said I didn't like my thought, but I didn't change it.
2,600 for Ethereum and $1.35. It's okay. It's not really going to matter, I don't think, Jebb, because I think that I'm going to safely win all three. But we'll
Okay.
find out tomorrow at 9:30.
We shall see.
Yep.
Guys, before we wrap it out, I have a couple of things I want to announce to you. Number one, we are on TikTok now. If you want to follow us on TikTok, our TikTok's growing really fast, even though we only have 2 videos over there. But we're working on that. We're going to be posting a lot of content over there. Follow us at CryptoJebbOfficial. That should be in the description box down below. Also, make sure to follow us at CryptoJebb on Instagram and Twitter. We're very active over there, and we've been posting a lot, especially to our Twitter. Especially a lot to our Instagram. So make sure to check out some of the videos we're doing over there. There's Instagram exclusive content that you can find at that place. I also encourage you to check out Lux Algo. It's the indicator pack that is one of the sponsors of this channel. It actually predicted this downtrend that we've been in for the last 2 weeks. If you're interested in signing up and getting access to a fantastic indicator pack that many of you guys have already joined, I highly encourage you to click the link in the description box down below and use coupon code Jebb for 20% off at checkout. Also, make sure to sign up for Bybit if you haven't already. It's a fantastic trading platform, helps to support this channel. Guys, that is going to wrap it out for today's video. Before we go, though, I do just first want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching, as always, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.